We are doing Intro to International Business Group assignment. My group members are Kaiwan, Roshan, Preeti, Kylie and Minyi. The definitions of CSR is concerned with what is the relationship between global corporations, government of countries, and individual citizens. It also concerns with the relationship between a corporation and its stakeholders. The history of CSR. In the 1950s, the primary focus was on businesses' responsibilities to society and doing good deeds for society. In the 1960s, people and ideas were instrumental on characterizing the social changes ushered in during these decades. In the 1970s, business managers applied the traditional management functions when dealing with CSR issues. In the 1980s, business and social interests came closer and firms became more responsive to their stakeholders. In the 1990s, the idea of CSR became almost university approved. Also, CSR was coupled with strategy literatures. In the 2000s, CSR became definitely an important strategic issue. The definitions of MNC. Multinational corporations is a company operating in several countries but managed from home countries. Any company or group that derives a quarter of its revenue from operations outside of its home country is considered a multinational corporation. The history of MNC. Multinational corporations originated early in the 20th century and expanded after World War II, developed new products in its home country and manufactured them abroad. Almost all the earliest and largest multinational firms were either American, Japanese or West European. During the last 3 decades, many smaller corporations have also become multinational. Such enterprises maintain that they create employment, create wealth, and improve technology in countries. The relationship between MNCs and CSR. CSR has mainly been a response to pressure from customers, civil society, large enterprises, and government which have forced companies to become more environmentally and socially responsible. Next, multinational corporations have realized strategic importance of being further responsible. A major problem is that the corporate responsibility debates have been mainly focused on the large MNCs, behavior and their impact on developing countries and emerging markets. How CSR enhancing business performance. For example, McDonald's. Ronald McDonald House Charity is the partner of McDonald's. It helps approximately 12,000 families every single night around the world. Helping a few families grow into a worldwide program that serves over 7 million children and families every year. Over 300 Ronald McDonald House Charity chapters, 63 countries and regions, more than 358 Ronald McDonald House, 208 Ronald McDonald Family Rooms, and 49 Ronald McDonald Care Mobiles. Donald's ranks third in donations to charity. The donations made by Ronald McDonald House. Activity 1. To improve the reputation because all people around the world are familiar that McDonald's are doing the charity activities so that people can have the meals and doing charity at the same time. For example, help McDonald's enhance the business performance because if customers buy a Happy Meal, McDonald's will donate a penny to support charity programs and services. Second activities. Help McDonald's restaurants to increase the branches all around the world. For example, so many people prefer to purchase McDonald's fast food, aim to support all these charity programs. How CSR increasing organizational reputations. For example, Google. Google is an American multinational technology company that specializes in internet-related services and products, including online advertising technologies, search, cloud computing software, and hardware. Google started from the garage to the Googleplex. Founded in 1998, the founders of Google are Larry Page and Sergey Brin. Now, I'm going to talk about few famous CSR activities done by Google. First, Google China Social Innovation Cup for college students. It is a nationwide competition that aims to empower China's youth to become agents of social change. Next is supporting earthquake relief efforts. Besides that, Google also partners with Mercy Corps, Save the Children, Doctors Without Borders, and other organizations to commit rescues and relief supports to earthquake victims. On the other hand, Google also implementing Google Grants. Google Grants is an in-kind donation program awarding free AdWords advertising to select charitable organizations, has supported hundreds of organizations in advocating and promoting their causes, from animal rights and literacy to abandoned children and HIV education. What CSR do to increase reputations? Establish well-developed codes of conduct to achieve some social missions to do businesses ethically. Next, raise public attention on certain issues and raise funds and donations. Thus, increase employees' job satisfactions. How CSR improve company reputations? First, creates and foster customer belief that organizations adheres to high ethical standards and cares about society's well-being. Next, customers become aware of the ethical implications of the organization behavior, a key competitive advantage in the market. Green products development and environmental mentality in CSR. For example, IKEA. IKEA is a Swedish-founded multinational group headquartered in Netherlands that designs and sells ready-stock furniture, kitchen appliances, and home accessories. IKEA takes their responsibility to its suppliers, customers, products, and materials and community involvement. They require their suppliers to follow the IKEA Code of Conduct, called the IKEA Way on Purchasing Products, Materials, and Services, E-Way. What is E-Way? The E-Way states the supplier requirements relating to environment, child labor, non-discrimination, responsibility for waste, handling of chemical, social, and working conditions. The employees and sub-suppliers must also comply with a list of E-Way startup requirements before being allowed to work with IKEA. So, what is the importance of the activity to IKEA? IKEA strives to build a long-term relationship with its supplier who their values and to grow and develop together with IKEA. Their focus is to motivate and support suppliers to take more responsibility and ownership themselves, so the developments become more sustainable and independent of IKEA present. However, IKEA use a recyclable bag when they are shopping, and that is the reason why they need to change customer for every IKEA plastic bag. They doing this activity because the money collected donates entirely to the not-for-profit organizations. This initiative is the next natural step for the customer to further reduce the use and consumption of disposable plastic bags, and at the same time support the change in people's everyday behavior for a positive sustainable impact of the environment. The disadvantages of CSR is CSR insists on a corporations to make an effort to look out for stakeholders who are not shareholders only, but who have an interest on what an organization does and the outcome of what it does. The problem one of CSR, which is the lack of preparation of a particular business to deal with societal issues, needs the managers to be trained and well versed in dealing with the complex issues that many societies face. And the problem too is, in order to bear with the cost of handling the business will lose its competitive position that it holds in the market as it will have to absorb the added cost. The Volkswagen case represents above all an absolute failure in terms of CSR. The company deliberately set out to design a means to circumvent emissions control stratagems known at the highest level. Volkswagen rather have a faster car than reduce the death from respiratory disease each year, and the consequence is failing of capitalism, of a system that has closed its eyes to the reality of the future and a clearer, unsustainable future. Lastly, MNCs need CSR to guide company doing a legal and positive matter to protect in human right, society and natural. Also, CSR bring negative sides such as corporate reputation, for example opposite effect towards company. The positive sides keep and attract high potential employee, for example maintaining company positive image.